This week also நம்ம காரண சரீரம் பத்தி படிக்கிறோம். Like 80% 90% நான் தமிழ்லயே எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணேன். புரியலன்னா திருப்பி இன்னொரு தடவை கூட எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணேன். பிகாஸ் இந்த மூணையும் நம்ம புரிஞ்சாதான் நான் அடுத்ததுக்கு போக முடியும். ஸோ ஏன் நான் அதுல பிசிக்ஸ் கொண்டுட்டு வரேன்னா, இதுவும் சாத்தியம், திஸ் இஸ் பாசிபிள் நம்ம அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கணும்னா பிசிக்ஸ் பிஹைண்ட் இட்ட நம்ம புரிஞ்சுக்கும் போது நம்மளால ஈஸியா இதை அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிக்க முடியும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து லா ஆஃப் கன்சர்வேஷன் ஆஃப் எனர்ஜி. அதாவது எனர்ஜியோட லா என்னன்னா, எனர்ஜி கேன் சேஞ்ச் ஃபார்ம் பட் இஸ் நெய்தர் கிரியேட்டட் நாட் டிஸ்ட்ராய்ட். அதாவது எனர்ஜியை நம்ம உருவாக்கவும் முடியாது, அழிக்கவும் முடியாது, பட் வெவ்வேறு ஃபார்ம் அது எடுக்கும். அடுத்தது லா ஆஃப் கன்சர்வேஷன் ஆஃப் மேட்டர். அதாவது மாஸ் கேன் நெய்தர் பி கிரியேட்டட் நாட் டிஸ்ட்ராய்ட் பட் இஸ் டிரான்ஸ்ஃபார்ம் ஃப்ரம் ஒன் ஃபார்ம் டு அனதர். மாஸ் அதேதான், அதை வந்து நம்ம உருவாக்கவோ அழிக்கவோ முடியாது, அது பல வேறு ரூபம் எடுக்கும். ஸோ மாஸ் எனர்ஜி ஒண்ணுதான். அப்ப அடுத்த லா என்ன? இன்டர் கன்வெர்டபிலிட்டி ஆஃப் மேட்டர் அண்ட் எனர்ஜி. அதாவது அது என்னன்னா, மாஸ் அண்ட் எனர்ஜி அது சேம் பிசிக்கல் ஆப்ஜெக்ட் பட் தே கேன் பி கன்வெர்டட் இன்டு ஒன் அனதர். அதாவது மாஸ் வந்து நம்ம வந்து எனர்ஜியாவும் கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம், எனர்ஜி வந்து மாசாவும் கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். இந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து இப்ப இந்த லாக் ஆஃப் ஃபுட் எரியணும்னா நம்மளுக்கு ஆக்சிஜன் தேவை. ஸோ ஆக்சிஜனை பயன்படுத்தி அது எரியுது. இந்த கடைசியில் இருக்கிற அந்த கேஸும் சார்கோலும் தான் அதோட எண்ட் ப்ராடக்ட். தட் இஸ் த எனர்ஜி. ஸோ இப்போ ஒரு ரேஞ்ச் ஸ்கேல்ல ஒரு பக்கம் ஆக்சிஜன் அண்ட் லாகை வச்சு இன்னொரு பக்கம் இதை நாம வந்து பாட்டில்ல சேமிச்சு வச்சு வெயிட் அளந்து பார்த்தோம்னா இதோட வெயிட்டும் அதனோட வெயிட்டும் ஈக்குவலா இருக்கும். ஸோ மாஸ் அண்ட் எனர்ஜியோட வெயிட் ஈக்குவல். புரிஞ்சுதா? அடுத்த ஸ்லைடு போட்டு இப்போ இங்க மாஸ் மேட்டர்ங்கிறது என்ன? ஸ்தூல சரீரம் நம் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரம். ஸோ எனர்ஜிங்கிறது என்ன? காரண சரீரம். ஸோ ஸ்தூல சரீரம் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரமும் நம்ம இறந்து போகும்போது அது எனர்ஜி காரண சரீரமா கன்வெர்ட் ஆகும். இதுதான் பேசிக் பிரின்சிபல். இப்ப அடுத்தது இது வந்து நம்ம இன்னொன்னு என்ன சொல்லலாம்னா, ஒரு விதை எடுத்தோம்னா அந்த விதையில இருக்கிற விதை வந்து ஒரு மரமாவா நம்மளுக்கு கிடைக்குது. அந்த விதை ஒரு செடியா மாறும், ஷப்பா மாறும், மரமாவும் மாறும், எந்த ஃபார்ம்ல வேணாலும் மாறும். அதனோட எந்த விதை விதைக்கிறோமோ அதுக்கான பலன் தான் உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி காரண சரீரம் வந்து ஒரு சீட். அதாவது ஸ்தூல சரீரம் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரம் உள்ள அடக்கி இருக்கிற ஒரு விதைன்னு சொல்றாங்க. நான் வந்து டெக்னிக்கலா சொன்னேன், இது வந்து நம்ம ரிஷிகள் முனிவர்கள் வந்து நம்மளுக்கு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றது இந்த மெத்தட்ல தான். அடுத்தது காரண சரீரம் வந்து என்ன? ஒரு காலி பாத்திரம் ஆர் ஒரு காலி சோர்ஸ், எனிதிங், ஒரு காலியான ஒரு இடம், அதுக்குள்ள ஸ்தூல சரீரமும் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரமும் இருக்கு. அது எவால்வ் ஆகும் போது காரண சரீரத்துல இருந்து வெளியில வருது. அதுக்கப்புறம் நாம இறந்த பிறகு திருப்பியும் அது காரண சரீரத்துக்குள்ளேயே போயிருக்கு. அடுத்த ஸ்லைட் போடுங்க. இது காரண சரீரங்கிறது ஒரு காலி பாட்டில் இல்லைன்னா ஒரு சோர்ஸ், ஒரு ஒரு காலியான ஒரு சோர்ஸ், இல்லாட்டி ஒரு காலியான வெற்றிடம். சூழ சரீரமும் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரமும் இருக்கிற இடம் அது. அது சூழ சரீரம் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரம் வெளியில வரணும்னு நினைக்கும் போது காரண சரீரத்துக்குள்ள இருந்து எவால்வ் ஆகுது. திருப்பியும் அது அதனோட லைஃப் முடிஞ்சு அது இதானதுக்கு அப்புறம் அது திருப்பி காரண சரீரத்துக்குள்ளேயே போயிடும். இப்போ சிருஷ்டி. அப்ப சிருஷ்டிங்கிறது என்ன? கிரியேஷன் ஆஃப் யூனிவர்ஸ். யூனிவர்ஸ் கிரியேட் ஆகும்போது காரண சரீரங்கிறது ஒண்ணு இருந்தா தானே அதுல இருந்து தானே எல்லா உயிரினங்களும் எவால்வ் ஆகும். சோ காரண சரீரம் வந்து சிருஷ்டி. அப்போ காரண சரீரத்துக்குள்ள இருந்து ஸ்தூல சரீரமும் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரமும் வெளியில வருது. தட் எனர்ஜி எப்பவுமே இருந்துகிட்டே இருக்கும். காரண சரீரம் நம்ம இறந்தாலும் இந்த யூனிவர்ஸே அழிஞ்சாலும் காரண சரீரம் இருக்கும். அடுத்தது பிரளயம். யூனிவர்ஸ் டிஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் ஆஃப் யூனிவர்ஸ் ஆகும்போது என்ன ஆகும்? ஸ்தூல சரீரமும் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரமும் காரண சரீரத்துக்குள்ள போயிடும். கொஞ்ச நேரம் நான் திருப்பி சொல்லணும். அதாவது யூனிவர்ஸ் உருவாகும் போது உங்களுக்கு வந்து காரண சரீரத்துக்குள்ள இருந்து வெளியில வருது. யூனிவர்ஸ் அழியும் போது திருப்பியும் காரண சரீரத்துக்குள்ள போயிருது. காரண சரீரம்ன்றது ஒரு இன்விசிபிள் எனர்ஜி, ஒரு வெற்றிடம். எப்படி வேணாலும் நீங்க எடுத்துக்கலாம். ஆமா, இதுதான் வந்து லாஸ்ட் டைம் நான் போட்ட ஸ்லைட். இதுல என்னன்னா, ஏன் நாம வந்து அவித்யான்னு சொல்றோம் காரண சரீரம்னா, இட்ஸ் இக்னரன்ஸ். நம்ம இப்ப படிக்கிறங்காட்டி நம்மளுக்கு அது தெரியுது. ஸோ இக்னரன்ஸால உருவான ஒரு சரீரம் தான் காரண சரீரம். அடுத்தது வந்து சிலர் இதை வந்து பிரகிருதி ஒரு மாயான்னு கூப்பிடுவாங்க, அதாவது நேச்சர் இல்லாட்டி மாயா, இல்யூஷன். அப்போ காரண சரீரம்ன்றது நம்மளுக்கு தெரியாத போது அது ஒரு இல்யூஷனாதான் நம்ம அதை பார்க்க முடியாது. சம்திங் ஒரு மேஜிக்கலா தான் ஒரு சிலர் கன்சிடர் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஒவ்வொரு பேரு. பட் குருஜி வந்து இது அவித்யான்னு கூப்பிடுறாரு. அதாவது டெக்னிக்கலி பொட்டன்ஷியல் ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் டூ பாடிஸ் தான் காரண சரீரம். புரிஞ்சுதுங்களா? ஸோ நேச்சர் ஆஃப் காரண சரீரம் என்ன? காரண சரீரம் ஹாஸ் த லாங்கஸ்ட் லைஃப். எது வந்தாலும் காரண சரீரம் டெஸ்ட்ராய் பண்ண முடியாது. எப்போ அது டிஸ்மேண்டல் ஆகும்? நாம வந்து விவேக முக்தி வரும்போதுதான் வந்து அது டிஸ்மேண்டல் ஆகும். அதுதான் மோட்சம். ஸோ நம்ம மோட்சம்ங்கிறது அட்டைன் பண்ணும்போதுதான் 3 சரீரமும் ஒன்னா சேர்ந்து டிஸ்மேண்டல் ஆகும். அது வரைக்கும் காரண சரீரம் வந்து என்ன ஆனாலும் அது இருந்துகிட்டேதான் இருக்கும். ஸோ காரண சரீரம், என்னோட காரண சரீரம் எனக்கு தெரியாது. ஸோ யாரோட காரண சரீரம் யாருக்குமே தெரியாது. ஸோ அதனோட பேரு நிர்விகல்ப ஸ்வரூபம். இதுதான் காரண சரீரமோட பேஸ். எல்லாத்துக்கும் புரிஞ்சுதான்? ஏன்னா இது புரிஞ்சதுனால அடுத்த 3 ஸ்டேட்டுக்கு போக முடியும். ஏன்னா அடுத்த 3 ஸ்டேட்டும் ஸ்தூல சரீரம், சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரம், காரண சரீரமோட பேஸ் தான் அந்த 3. ஸோ இது உங்களுக்கு தெளிவா புரிஞ்சு கிளியர் ஆயிட்டீங்கன்னா நான் அடுத்ததுக்கு போனா இன்னும் ஈஸியா ரிலேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Consciousness is not a part, product, or property of the body. Consciousness is an independent entity which pervades and envelopes the body. This consciousness is not limited by the boundaries of the body and is thus formless. This consciousness continues even after the body is destroyed, is eternal. This surviving consciousness cannot interact with the world due to the lack of a reflecting medium.
காற்றோ பொருளோ சொத்தோ அல்ல, மெய்யுணர்வு சுதந்திரமானது. உடல் அழிவு பின்பும் நிலைத்திருக்கும். உருவமற்ற மெய்யுணர்வு உடலுக்கு அப்பாற்பட்டது. உடல் மறைந்த பின்பும் மெய்யுணர்வு முக்கியமானது. இந்த எஞ்சியிருக்கும் மெய்யுணர்வு ஊடகம் இல்லாததால் உலகத்துடன் தவிர்த்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்.
Last classல வந்து we spoke about Sattvic food, Rajasic food and Tamasic food. So in this class we will be seeing about the kinds of worship: Sattvic worship, Rajasic worship and Tamasic worship.
Spoken enough about it, it's still unexplained. Shall I ask you? There are few articles, not our scripture, that are stating that raw food, salad, and everything are sattvic, and it's better for the body. But we discussed it's not so good for the body and all these things. There are few, not scripture, but articles maybe.
Yeah, if it is what she was, I think she has meant from, if it is even the raw food, sometimes like insects. So it's better to heat little bit. Anyway, there is another heat is there.
No, Shiva, the thing is, see what they say, when you eat salad and you feel sick, that will be a disturbance to your journey towards this moksha, spirituality. So they say when you consume the food, that is, when you eat the food and cook the food and have it, then naturally the prone to illness will be less. So in that way, they consider salads as not sattvic food, because salads sometimes they might, like certain, they might have lots of insects and eggs and all that. So that might affect our body. That is the main reason. See, even having palaysadam night vechi kala saapadu kuda it's healthy. But the problem is when you eat that kind of food, you are deliberately you might get sick. Deliberately or not, you might get sick. So the sick your journey towards moksha is get affected. So that's why they say avoid this concept.
Will be something like in the old rice, the soaked rice in the night itself and we eat in the morning. So usually it might be better after a heavy meal or something.
For
It's
digestion.
the previous day, yes.
For digestion.
But once when we keep eating sattvic food all the 3 meals or every day, probably we might not be even in need of salads or old rice,
Yes.
fermented things.
See, now again, our dharma, I told you, this Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic is depending upon what stage we are. We are confusing it. If we are only sannyasis, then that all things will be matter. Now, if someone is working very hard, then he has to eat even Rajasic food. So we cannot, as in 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, this will clear out. Because we are in 16, 17, 14th chapter mentions no one can be only Sattvic or only Tamasic. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic will be a mixed. So we have to also see what dharma we are, what ashrama we are. Okay.
Even the nature of our body also from morning will be sattvic, towards afternoon will be rajasic, and towards night will be tamasic. So we cannot live completely on a sattvic.
Good. But as your ashrama, you have to slowly change the diet. I have sent one 1 hour video. Hopefully, some people have gone through it. That very clearly, doctor only mentioned, Dr. Paul or something. He mentions very clearly what is the diet, which will be. He's not a sattvic, but he says processed food don't eat. So he's telling from where.
He mentioned that you have to be one with the nature, eat a lot of salad and so.
No,
I mean,
but
there is still in scientific point of view.
I don't know this salad. I have never mentioned. You should ask.
Or Swamiji only mentioned the salad.
Salad is the
Then when I went and researched about it, sir, that way I learned this point that eating salad is not wrong. But when you eat salad, then you tend to get sick. Your journey towards spirituality might have a hindrance.
Maybe take
So when you
See, when you tell salad only, that means you're only eating raw food. Salad we eat only after completing our food, right? No one is eating only living on salad.
Yes, sir.
So it should be part of your food. Our meal, what we are taking now, is perfectly right for our work. But if you continue to eat this food when you're 80 also, 90 also, then it will harm you, right?
Then there are many pieces to have seen. One of my friend's father, he passed away because of this. They had eggs in this intestine because mostly because only raw food.
Yes. Many patients come with cystinosis. The muscle will have this, and they are vegetarian. Especially Jains. I have many patients. They say they never eaten.
Nowadays, this dietitian model also recommending not to have raw food if your digestion is not affected.
Yes.
It is not the recommended way.
Yes. So everything is recommended in this. Okay, we'll go ahead. Now worship. Now it was actually easy to understand. Worship will be very much too many questions will be there. Because it will completely open up all what we are doing till today. Worship is going to be difficult. Okay.
Afalakankshibirnyajna vididrishto yajyate yashtavyam meveti manah Samadhyasya Satvika. Sattvic yajna is that which is performed wholeheartedly according to scriptural injunctions by those who are not desirous of the result, with the result that it should be performed. So this is the explanation of the word. So what Swamiji says is that a spiritual seeker should do certain activities which is meant for inner spiritual growth. So what Swamiji says is that we need to allocate some part of the day. We should allot a part of the day and we should follow certain things to improve our spiritual growth. So that's why we have this Pancha Mahayajna which Sir was telling, so which is described in detail in 3rd chapter. So they may not contribute to the material growth, but we should take it as our duty and we should perform those things for our inner spiritual growth. That's what Swamiji is telling here. So what is Sattvic Yajna? How will it be? A Sattvic Yajna will be driven by sense of duty to higher audience, well considered and clearly decided by mind. Concentration with total commitment to inner growth. This is very, very important for a Sattvic Yajna. And no selfish desire. So when you do a worship, you should do it without any selfish motive. So it should be selfless. No expectation of result from the action. So because I worship, I should get this. So that kind of expectation should not be there. And it should be in line with the selfless laws which comes from scriptures. So we should perform the worship according to how the scriptures have told us. So that's how a Sattvic Yajna will be. So we can take, so yajnas are elaborate rituals, but they can be reduced to 3 components. We can see yajna has 3 components. One is the offering, the flame, and the result. So இப்போ இதை வந்து நார்மலா நம்மளோட ஒர்க்ல எந்த ஒரு விஷயத்துலயுமே வந்து நம்ம மேப் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம். Yajnas refers to all our interaction with any entity in the world and comprises of the same 3 components. So offering அப்படின்னா it is the effort that we put to perform an action. say ஒரு ஒர்க்கே நம்ம பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா நம்ம அதுக்கு எவ்வளவு எஃபர்ட் போடுறோம் அப்படின்றது தான் இங்க offering. Flame represents the recipient of the action. நம்ம ஒர்க் பண்றதுனால நம்ம யாருக்காக ஒர்க் பண்றோம் இல்ல எதுக்காக பண்றோம் அந்த ரெசிபியன்ட். இப்போ சே ஒரு டாக்டர்னா பேஷண்ட் வில் பி தி ரெசிபியன்ட். அந்த பேஷண்ட் ட்ரீட் பண்றதுக்கு டாக்டர் என்ன எஃபர்ட் போடுறாங்க அப்படிங்கிறது தான் வந்து அந்த ஆஃபரிங். நம்ம வந்து இங்க வந்து ஒர்க் தான் வர்ஷிப். ஃபார் இப்போ இந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள்ல ஒரு டாக்டர் இருக்காங்கன்னா அவங்க என்ன கொடுக்க போறாங்கன்னா அவங்களோட எஃபர்ட் அந்த பேஷண்ட்டை ட்ரீட் பண்றதுக்கு. ரெசிபியன்ட் வில் பி த ஃப்ளேம். ஸோ அவங்க வந்து பேஷண்ட் தான் வந்து இங்க ஃப்ளேம். And the recipient responds to the action in the form of result. So that is the result. If the patient or doctor full effort to treat pannalum, they can be cured or not cured. So it is not in our hands. So we can see any action or any entity in the world, our interaction with any entity in the world can be seen as an yajna, and it comprises of the components offering, flame, and recipient. And yajna is not limited to ceremonial sacrifice. It is any unselfish action done without attachment, ego, without expectation of reward as an offering to the Lord. So what Swami Vivekananda says is, be grateful to the man you help. Think of him as God. Is it not a great privilege to be allowed to worship God by helping our fellow men? So எப்பவுமே வந்து நம்ம ஒருத்தங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா வந்துட்டு Vivekananda என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, see it as an opportunity that God has given you to help them அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி. Don't think that okay நம்ம ஏதோ பெருசா பண்ணிட்டோம் அந்த மாதிரி நினைக்க கூடாது. So God வந்து இந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி நமக்கு கொடுத்துருக்காரு அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி யோசிக்கணும். இன்ஃபேக்ட் விவேகானந்தா வந்து என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா, அவர்கிட்ட வந்து லெக்சர் கேட்க வந்தவங்களை பார்த்துட்டு அவர் சொல்றாரு இந்த மாதிரி, என்ன சொல்றது, உங்களாலதான் வந்து எனக்கு இந்த லெக்சர் கொடுக்கறதுக்கான பாக்கியம் எனக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கு அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி. சோ அதுக்கப்புறம் சோ இன் டீடைல் சுவாமிஜி வந்து என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா, yajna is any kind of work. You see anything as a worship, even eating, walking or talking, anything can be a yajna. So So நம்ம வந்து அதை வந்து full concentration and commitment ஓட பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. Don't expect any result without any selfish motive. So this is one thing. அதே மாதிரி எப்படி வந்து இப்போ சே ஃபார் இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் நம்ம பிசிக்கல் ஹெல்த்துக்கு வாக்கிங் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க அப்படின்னா, நம்ம வந்து ஒரு மெட்டீரியலிஸ்டிக் பெனிஃபிட்காக நான் வாக்கிங் போனா எனக்கு அதுல இருந்து எனக்கு எவ்வளவு அமௌண்ட் கிடைக்கும் இல்ல என்ன கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னு யோசிக்காம நம்ம ஹெல்த்துக்காக அது இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் நம்ம ஃபாலோ பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம். அதே மாதிரி நம்மளோட ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் ஹெல்த்துக்கு இந்த வர்ஷிப் ஆர் யஜ்ஞா அப்படிங்கிறது இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஸோ யஜ்ஞானா நம்ம ஒரு ப்ரேயர், பூஜா இதெல்லாம் வந்து இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்னு சொல்லிட்டு we should also start allocating time for that அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. அண்ட் இன்னொன்னு என்னன்னா, இப்போ லைக் கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி அருந்ததி சொன்ன மாதிரி, so when we get up early in the morning, our body will be more sattvic. So on the time we should allot that time for sattvic activities and the worship. Adukapra as time goes, as the heat of the sun increases, we tend to become more rajasic. Adukapra sun set agumbodhu we will become more tamasic. So adu vandu mostly like sleeping. So morning time mudinja varaikku earlier elundukanum, and then we try to follow some rituals, some pujas, worship, going to temple, and pancha maha yajna, whatever they're told. அதெல்லாமே வந்து நம்ம ஃபாலோ பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணோம், which will be better for our inner spiritual growth அப்படின்னு சொல்லி வந்து சுவாமிஜி சொல்லியிருக்காரு. That's it.
अभिसंध्यायतु बलम् तं पार्थम् अभिचैव यस्मि इच्यते भरत श्रेष्ठ तं यज्ञं विद्धि राजसं. O Arjuna, know that yajna which is performed expecting a result and also for the sake of show to be Rajasic. So this question is asked by Arjuna to Lord Krishna that, O Lord, what is Rajasic yajna? So Krishna is telling that yajna which is performed expecting a result and also for a sake of show to be a Rajasic. Here, Sattvic karma and Rajasic karma. In Sattvic karma, the people are doing concentrate on what they give to. But in Rajasic karma, the people only concentrate on what they will get out of that yajna or some puja, something. Rajasic person expects external growth, like what they expected. If I give something, what will I get? Like money, fame, or the persons I should take control of the event, like that. So end of the day, if I didn't receive the money, but also I can get my name in the vote of thanks, my name should be in the banner, like that. The materialistic persons, like Rajasic persons, will expect everything, every outcome from their activity. They will not only give, but they expect more. Yeah, this only Rajasic persons are materialistic persons. What they will give very small, and they get they need something in return in a very high quantity. But when it is in a Sattvic karma, spiritual person, they will give more than they get. They will not expect what they will get. Give more. Sattvic person.
Receive more somebody.
Yes, thank you.
Give more.
Give more.
Get oriented and give more.
Yes, sir. That's a very small investment.
More of a contributor than a consumer. So if you are more contributor, you are a Sattvic. If you are more consumer, you are Rajasic.
So here the previous two shlokas, Ms. Nitya told about Sattvic, how Sattvic worship will be. Shwati told about how Rajasic worship will be. These two lines says about how a Tamasic worship will be. So, Vidihi Namasristanam Mantrahinam Adakshinam Shraddha Virahitam Yajnam Tamasam Parichakshate. they call that yajna to be tamasic, which is contrary to the scriptural injections, which is without food cooked for distribution, without proper mantras, without proper dakshina, without faith. So any yajna that we do, the worship should be like, we should take that as an opportunity to share our wealth, whatever, we should take it as an opportunity to share, and we should believe in natural socialism. Actually, I think equality, and anybody who does a yajna is supposed to believe that the society should be more of, the differences should be minimized. We should try to bring the gap between the rich and the poor. We should try to minimize the gap between the rich and the poor. So that is why whenever there is a yajna, dhanam is an integral part. That is the basic idea of it. That is how a yajna should be done. But tamasic yajna, there everything will be negative, and for everything they'll try to find a shortcut actually. And there will be either no dhanam or very minimum dhanam, and actually the yajna, it will be depending on the affordable. See, when we donate, I think I have told this before in the classes also, when we donate 1,000 rupees, a person having 1,000 rupees donating 1,000 rupees, and a person having 1 lakh rupees donating 1,000 rupees is not equal. So how much we have, we should take that as a chance to distribute. So tamasic yajna, there even our scriptural injunctions, they tell how yajna is to be performed. In tamasic yajna, the injunction, all the scriptural injunctions are violated, and we always find a shortcut. And so in the tamasic yajna, the dhanam is very minimum. And adakshinam, actually, there are so many places where so many things will be given for free. Even but when something is given for free, we are supposed to compensate that proportionately. If somebody gives me something for free, I should try to return it back at least more than what I took. So that should be the basic idea of us. And so that is why sometimes when we see, when some priests come for the homam puja pandrakala varappo, there will be sometimes there will even be an argument about how much they'll ask for more, and we'll try to give them less. So actually, the law of Shastra says a discontented priest is spiritually lost, because only when even the priest, he has needs, he has a family to look after. So when we when we do some puja or something, we are supposed to pay the priest more than what he expects, or at least in a right way. Yes, sir. That is nice actually. At least proportionately.
Oh, sure.
Because yes, because actually when the priest should not leave our place discontented, and there should be no arguments. That is why nowadays even priests are getting commercialized. They say, no, this is my charge. If you want me to come and do one puja, I charge this much. So because initially priests, they never used to ask for money. They never used to ask for dakshina. People used to give. But now what has happened is they gave some 1 rupee 50 paise some 50, 60 years back. But some people even now they try to follow that 1 rupee. That is why the priests are also demanding. So we should the right society, when we do something, we should do it in the right way, that the other person doesn't even feel like asking. He should be compensated properly for the puja, whatever he does. So a Vedic society, it will be based on voluntary growth, and there will be actually a proper society should not have many rules. Because now last time I saw one liquid detergent, it is given not for human consumption. But so we were speaking some 30, 40 years before, whenever there was a product, nothing, such things will never be printed. Even the toilet cleaners and all those liquids. But now, since people are, we were just discussing whether people have become that stupid, or they'll drink whatever is available. So like that, the rule should be minimum, and we should always feel like I am part of the society and I should contribute. It is my, even without anybody saying, we should have a feeling that we have to contribute. So that is how the Vedic society will be. So Panchamaha Yajnam, Shraddha is one part of Panchamaha Yajna, And why do we do yajna is it is only for our chitta shuddhi, not for God, not for here Swamiji says some people they offer 2 bananas to God and believe that they have done something great, but God doesn't ask for bananas. Even you donate how much, you go put in India, how much ever lakhs of crores and crores of rupees. It is only for our chitta shuddhi and not for God. God is not asking anything. So any yajna which is done without a shraddha is tamas. So how a spiritual, so after these 3 shlokas, we are finally finding it like how a spiritual seeker should be. A spiritual seeker, he should give up tamasic and rajasic yajna, and he should try to become more of sattvic yajna. He should do more of sattvic yajna, and he should be involved in less of selfish activities and more of selfless activities. He should lead a life which is always beneficial to others. This is called karma yoga or sattvika yajna. So karma yogis give more to the society and they take very less from the society. They are more like trees. Any tree you plant, the tree doesn't take back anything. The tree only, they give you shade, they give you fruits, everything. So karma yogis are like trees, and we should all strive to become at least beneficial to the society. And whenever we have seen so many great people, when they pass away or something, the society will really feel for their loss. It shouldn't be that the society should be happy that we passed away. The society should be interested in our living. We should live in such a way. So that is the idea of how a spiritual seeker should be, and that is Sattvic Yajna.
Before now, I think it is. Yeah, no, we are not finishing. I'm just wanted to emphasize. See why there was a ritual that the pujaris or the Brahmins should get more than what they expect is because they don't. Their work is only to preach about Brahman and do the rituals as cleanly or as correctly as spiritual guidelines. So the people who are Vaishyas and Kshatriyas, those who are earning money, they should only provide money to them. So they concentrate only on Brahma Vidya. The classical example of all this going haywire is the marriage nowadays. If you see, as you said correctly, 1.5 rupees or 2 rupees they will pay for the pujari. But if the video camera shooting, they can pay 40 lakhs also.
Actually, when
Let me just complete. So what we have to understand is that is the marriage is yajna. If you see, it is vivaha. It is part of one of the yajna. And kanya danam is the most important danam. So we do kanya danam on the marriage day. So who performs this has to get benefit, like the pujaris. Even it is not happening according to the scriptural injunctions, which is given here. I'm just narrating it to the marriage form. The injunction is how the kanya, that mantra has to be, the mantra has to be done by the bridegroom for her, the male to female. But here the pujari is doing for the bride. So if you learn the mantras, it says that God, let me be the partner for her throughout my entire life in whatever. So the pujari is telling all the mantra to be wed. So it is all not according to the injunction. The timing is not followed. So this is a classical example, and I feel we can learn from this that the yajna has to be done according to the sattvic nature. We have to give what is duly diligent for the Brahmins and follow the rules and guidelines of scriptures.
Yep.
If you do that, then it's up. You can.
No, sir, the one more thing is that you told that one, like, in the video they give, like, thing is in scripture, they say you donate a cow or give one rupee 25 paise. So people conveniently think 1 rupee 25 will compensate the cow that need to be given to the priest, and so they give one rupee 25 paise. And they have done what the scriptures have told me.
But that's why we should take our kids to other ceremonies also. Like one of the ceremony which you can take your near Coimbatore. It happens regularly in the ashram, Anekati ashram. This what it is called for the male child when he becomes 8 or 9. But it is thread ceremony. So thread ceremony or Upanayam. You just go and see 3 days the ceremony happens. 3 days. Marriage is actually 5 days, according to the scriptures. Have you ever seen marriage 5 days?
Oh, yes, sir. Brahmins. they used
So third ceremony happens 3 days. Death ceremony happens 13 days. So everything has some. So if you want to now the next generation, many people now we cannot change ourselves. But the next generation, then you try to take them once for the such ceremony, where it is happening like that. How the food is served, how the food is cooked. Everything has one way of doing. So you can just call them. Please, I'm telling to everyone. I have taken to my kid 3 times. Even though she is a female, but I have taken and shown. It's a very nice ceremony. Then the children will know that this is also, there is no TV, no camera. The food is Sattvic. The timing starts from morning till evening. The mantras are chanted. The father has to do so many things. The mama has to do so many things. Everything is, and how dakshina is given there and there. So all that.
in our village, we have one temple, sir, on which Shivan statue is there. And it's a very, not a very rich village, a very poor village actually. So we find it very difficult to have a priest there. And our family, we have taken in charge of the temple. So we appointed a priest there. And very big Shivalingam. And they told, actually we told the person there to give half liter of milk every day for the Abhishek. So this priest, he has 3 children. How will he do puja? How will he go pour half liter of milk there? He was giving it to his children. So then all very small children. Then we told, okay, yeah, it is understandable because we cannot. So the people in the village, they used to tell us, he is not pouring anything on the statue, he is only pouring water, milk, curd, everything he is giving to the children. Okay, so we just made it a little more. And yes, because that is how when no other source of income, sir, very minimum salary they pay them. So yes, we have to provide for him. If we want him to be in the temple, then we have to give.
Yes. So all is linked. The worship is linked. We are talking about Yajna. Yajna is offering. And offering is for the God, we say. But basically, when we understand God is none other than we ourselves.
Yes.
So when we are offering for yourself, you will do the best. You will do the right way. You know, if you want to get the best marks, you will study very well. Same way, this offering is for yourself. If you take that philosophy also. We have seen in 2nd chapter, Sankhya Yoga, that how can you die?
Yes.
How can, if you are ever eternal, then where is the chance of getting killed? So Atma is never killed. So offerings, this is offerings. Then Dhanam will come. Worship will come. So all is linked.
Devat Vidya Guru Prajna Bhutana.
Devat
Vidya Tausam Arjavam Macharyam Ahimsa Sariram Tava Uchyate. Worship of the God, the Brahmin, the teacher, and the wise man, purity, straightforwardness, chastity, and non-violence are said to be physical activity. So that Krishna said about Yajna and food for the quality of people, that is Tamas, Rajas, and Sattvic. In the verses, in the 4 verses, Arjuna, Krishna says Arjuna about 2 things, that is Tava and Dana. Tava means in Sanskrit Tavam. Tavam. This Tavam can be classified into 2 categories. One category as an instrumental category, and other category as guna category. These 3 verses he is saying instrumental category, and another 3 verses he is saying about the guna category, that is samas. In this chapter is saying about tavam. First, we should know what is tapa. Suppose if you want to get any metal, what we will do? We will extract the minerals and we melt the mineral and we purify that, then only we get a metal. Just like we want to purify our thoughts, body and other things. Because we are having certain bad qualities, that is speaking lie, jealousy and other things. These things to be avoided. For that, this tapa is more important. That is, this tapa is classified this tapa into three categories. As Kaism, Vakism and Manasam. Kaism means body. Vakism means by using your words, by speaking. Manasa means in the mind itself you are doing that. In this way he classified as an instrumental basis. Then only he classified according to the guna basis, that is Rajas, Tamas and like that. First,
It is Kayakam, Vachikam,
Vaisam, Vakisam and
Vachikam, Vachikam, Vachakam,
whatever is
not Vasakam. I think Vachakam, not Vayasam, Vachakam. So because this is going on video. Kayakam, Kai, Vachakam and Manasam.
that is here. The Sariram Dava Uchade. He is sitting, Sariram Dava Uchade. So what kind of service we can do with Sariram? First thing, if Deva Vijay Guru Bhakta Bhuttam, you should worship God. You should worship Brahmins. You should worship Guru. And you should worship Jnani. So worshipping is not only the thing. You can also do service or seva. That is the meaning for Deva Vijay Guru Bhakta Bhuttam. Next thing is said about Sausam or Javam. Sausam means cleanliness. You should keep your body clean. The puja room is clean. You should keep everything in clean. Otherwise, that means that you are lazy. But for example, we are buying a wash basin. What we will do by using the wash basin will become dirty. So you should clean it. Otherwise, we will not go to the house by seeing that wash basin. Just like that, cleanliness is more important. For that, the Sariram is also Sarira. Not only the Sariram, in olden days, that's why they have in temple large, that is Prakara. You should go by using your leg, go to the Prakara, Pradakshina and Pradakshina. And in Kodikambam, that is you are doing Namaskara. That is Namaskara is kind of exercise. That is Sarira Pada. And Brahmacharya. This is for Brahmachari and other things. For us, we should have relations with our wife only, that is with the family only. That is Brahmacharya. Ahimsa. Ahimsa means, but you should not be violent. For example, by throwing everything and hurting others. So that is Ahimsa. You should follow Ahimsa. These are all that is called, that is Sarira Daga Uchade. Finally, our Swamiji said, when you do Sarira over, that is Sarira Daga Uchade, then you will reduce your, that is Varspa. Finally, complete the chapter like that. If you do regularly these Sarira over, then you will lose your Varspa.
अनुवेदकरं वाक्यम् अनुवेदकरं वाक्यम्
Vedakaram
I chant अनुवेगकरं वाक्यम् सत्यं प्रियहितं च यत् स्वाध्यायाभ्यस्तनं चैव वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते
The speech which is not harmful, which is truthful, pleasant, and beneficial, and the regular study of scriptures are said to be the verbal austerity. As he already told, Kayikam, Vachikam, and Manasam. Now my topic is Vachikam. 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 Right, next. This meaning of this. Get Anu with the
अनुवेगकरं
Karam is which is not hurtful. Vakyam Satyam, speech which is truthful. Sir, Priya, pleasant and beneficial. Sattvic,
स्वाध्यायाभ्यस्तनं
scriptures. Vamayam Tapa, verbal austerity. This is the verbal austerity. Meaning that speech which is not harmful, which is truthful, pleasant, and beneficial, and the regular study of scriptures are said to be verbal austerity. Vakme Manasi, Pradishtam, Manomi, Vachi, Svatya, Avir, Avi, Me, Yati. O Lord, when I talk, let my mouth be rooted in the intellect. Let there not be any disparity in my thinking and speaking. Ennatthirkum, Vakkirkum, Vidyasam irukkudathu. And Manomi, Vachi, Pradishtam. Let my thoughts be in harmony with the words. And பேசுவதும் என்னுடைய எண்ணங்களும் பேச்சும் ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கணும். Thinking something else, talking something other than that is not good. Yes. Wisdom, all there are this is called the இருக்கிறதுலயே வாக்கிசம் கைகம் மனசம் இந்த மூணுலயே ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் அப்படிங்கிறது வாக்கிசம் தான். அதுல 5 இந்திரியாணி, ஞானேந்திரியா 5, கர்மேந்திரியாங்கிறது 5. ஞானேந்திரியாங்கிறது ஐஸ், இயர்ஸ், நோஸ், டங், ஸ்கின். இது ஞானேந்திரியா. கர்மேந்திரியாங்கிறது பேனி, வாக், படா, உபஸ்து.
Only 4 is listed.
Most powerful indriya is walk indriya. Next. Power of speech. Human beings are not just superior in intelligence. Humans have highly developed language, highly developed grammar, and understand the superiority of walk indriya. No organ of speech, then no need for. If you want the speech out of the Bhavan Sanskar, no there is no need for school, no need for TV, no need for phone, no sharing of problems. There is no need for a counselor, no need for a Bhagavad Gita class, no moksha, no shranam, no mananam, no with this. Yes. So power of speech is very, very, very important. Yes. Power of words. Words are so powerful that they can destroy the people or society can. So Vadya Titnare Abhinada Prabhu the words are very, very powerful that they can destroy a people, society, even a country. Words which are properly used give immortality, peace of mind. Whenever there is another animal interpretation, peace of mind. Words can be like agarbatis, which is fresh and gives happiness to. Words can be cigarette smoke. Agarbatti smoke, cigarette smoke. Agarbatti smoke, which are when cigarette smoke, which are passive smoking, it's harmful. So it will harm others. Power of words are very important. Power should be powerful and it should not do any harm to anybody. Next. Important lessons about speech. Speech is the most powerful organ. One has to be a responsible speaker because words can destroy. Even if you cannot contribute positivity, No negative contribution should be there. No gossips and no rumors. Quality of speech. First is speech on the powerful or no. Number two, quality or no. Quality of speech is important rather than the quantity. ஒரு மணி நேரம் 15 நிமிஷம் 20 நிமிஷம் பேசுறத விட கொஞ்சமா பேசணும், குவாலிட்டியா பேசணும். Parameters to check the quality of words. அதுக்கு எப்படி நம்ம குவாலிட்டி ஆஃப் வேர்ட்ஸ் பேசணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு 4 உதாரணம் சொல்றேன். Parameters அது 2 வரும் அப்படின்னா 2 அப்படி. Parameters to check quality of words. Words can hurt other people. Verbal hinsa deeper than physical violence. அது வந்து திருவள்ளுவர் சொல்லிட்டார். 2000 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி, இது 5000 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி வந்த வேணும். திருவள்ளுவர் தீயினால் சுட்ட உள்ளாரும் மாறாது, நாவினால் சுற்றவாது. The wound caused by fire will heal, but wounds caused by the words will not heal. That is the Quran. Satyam is true. Words should not hurt the people. Anu Devaga Karam. Anu Devaga Karam. Words should not hurt any people. This is called verbal himsa. Ahimsa. Satyam. It should be truthful. Harmony of speech and mind. Thought and word. அதான் முதல்ல போட்டது. வாக்மே மனசி பிரஜஸ்திதம், மனமே வாக்ஷி பிரதிஸ்திதம். மூணாவது பிரியம். Receiver of communication must feel comfortable. Mode of communication should be pleasing. Number 4 is hitam, beneficial to the both speaker and to the listener. These are the 4 parameters to check the quality check for your words. Shastra prayanam is also considered as Bhaktamas. Parayanam. Nanalam innum nalamudabai, annalam yanalathu ulladum undu. Nanalamna correct வாக்கு. This is our சொல்றதுதான். வாக்கு சுத்தமாக நலம் அண்ணன் நன்மை வாக்கு இருந்தால் அது எல்லா நலத்திலும் நல்ல நலம். That is very good.
So now, just go back. The Vakyam should be Satyam,
Satyam or
Hitam. No, I'm just telling. Satyam means truthful. Hitam means beneficial for the one who listens and one who says. And Priyam, pleasant. And Anudvega Karanamba. No hurting with words. Now, after this 4, do you think we can speak with them? Frankly speaking, the speech will be zero actually. Silence is golden.
You should not hurt anything.
So, even in, we might, sir, I'm seriously talking about this. So, the 4 things should be so, if you want to really speak, you will see that if you count this 4 in your speech, it will be very deep. So that's why the last Shastra Parayanam. So if you do regular chanting in Mana, so that's why people chant either with physical or verbal or mind. So every day if I sit in the and start doing this, people will get out from the office. Or I just chant by words, then also people can't speak to me. But if you start chanting in mind, Shastra Parayanam. Parayanam means repeatedly saying one japa. Om Narayanam or Shri Jai Shri Ram. So that if you do, automatically all this 4 will come.
The second truthfulness, how you have to practice the truth. Swamiji says, you take a notebook, write what are today morning, என்னென்ன போய் பேசிருக்கேன், என்னென்ன உண்மை பேசிருக்கேன். They have to try to reduce the, usually 80% will be lies. என்னால ஒன்றும் பயப்படாத. காலையில் ஒரு 80% of my words will be false.
But that is, you are just doing your work, so that is different. I'm telling.
That is Priyam.
That is. No, please. You cannot confuse that. When, let me tell you, this is very important verse. I have mentioned it long back also. I think 4 months back I had taken this verse. When we speak, it's very difficult to be truthful, first of all. Satyam, there only is, we cannot speak.
He says, Swamiji says, 80% of what we speak. You write 80% of the.
So Swamiji also says, better not to speak.
Very palatable truth. That is the truth that can just be truthful with the palatable truth. Slowly you.
When you can't avoid speaking, then he says, first you must you talk like if I want to say someone straightforward. Like last time the lady presented. See how nicely you said, sir, she is presenting first time. She is for first year student. Then you said, okay, it could have been better presented.
That's a lie.
But that will not be taken by the other person correctly. Yes. But this is the only nice way if you want to use this code. Very difficult. That's why sometimes we can just keep quiet. Many a times. Swamiji says, if you follow this 4, you will see that silence is golden. You will not speak much.
Also, one more thing Mamji says is, you see the face of the person who's right in front of you and make sure how the reaction is good, and then
That is about the quantity of
quantity
speech.
of speech.
If you a good Sattvic speech, you should stop after 2 minutes, maximum. 2
That's
minutes.
like eating.
Yes, and then listen, see if he wants to run away from that place. His one leg will be already out.
Sir, if we are now mindful of thoughts, but we are too silent, what is the reason? Like that.
Yes, no. We have a lot of thoughts.
But
Our way source. You say, but come.
Keep silent.
Hmm.
When the situation is not right, keep silent. But Manam is have so many of us. But we want to keep silent, but we want to know this heart something, but we have mindful of some other things. What does it mean?
So,
Chapter he says, sir, that even if you want to tell something unpleasant and that is the truth, and it's unpleasant, but you still want to tell it to that person. And அவர்கிட்ட சொல்லியே ஆகணும்னா அதை ரொம்ப நேரம் சொல்லாதீங்க, டக்குன்னு சொல்லி முடிச்சுட்டு வேற நல்ல விஷயத்துக்கு போங்க அப்படிங்கறது 16 chapter.
Shubha actually practices that very well.
It's not.
No, he's practicing very well. Then he's asking something little different. That he's saying my mind or someone's mind is fully of thoughts, and it is blocking him to speak, right?
Yes, yes.
Then,
He's having
Tamil, சொல்லுங்க. Sir,
You are asking me.
சில நேரம் வந்து நீ சைலண்டா இருக்கிறதே நல்லது. பட் ஆனா மனசுல வந்து
நல்லது இல்லை. நானும் பிராக்டிஸ் பண்றப்போ நம்ம சைலண்ட் ஆயிடுவோம்.
இல்ல நீங்க அதாவது இப்ப நீங்க என்கிட்ட வந்து ஒரு தப்பான விஷயம் என்கிட்ட இருக்க தப்பான விஷயத்த சொல்லணும், சொல்லாம இருக்க முடியல, நிறைய மயக்குள்ள இருக்கு, அதுதானே சொல்லுவாங்க அப்படிங்கும் போது சுவாமிஜி என்ன சொல்றாரு 16 சாப்டர்ல, நீங்க அந்த மாதிரி வந்து அதுதான் உண்மை அப்படிங்கிற பட்சத்துல அதை நீங்க என்கிட்ட சொல்றீங்கன்னா அதை நீங்க ரொம்ப நேரம் எடுத்து விலாவரியா சொல்லணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. சட்டன் அதை சொல்லி முடிச்சுட்டு அடுத்தது என்கிட்ட இருக்க நல்ல விஷயத்தை பத்தி நீங்க பேச போங்க. அதுக்காக நீங்க சொல்லாம இருக்க வேண்டாம், உங்க மனசுக்குள்ளாரே கூட்டி வைக்க வேண்டாம், அதை சொல்லிட்டு அடுத்த இடத்துக்கு போங்க.
see, it's outcoming and incoming. If you are telling something, it is going to someone like the smoke of the cigarette. It is poisonous for the other person. But also, if you're keeping within you and not letting out, it's also poison for yourself. So you have to differentiate, and you have to screen yourself first before you speak. That's why the connection of the brain to the speech. There is already a connection, but we disconnect it. We ourselves disconnect by so many things. As you said, some people drink and they disconnect, or some people are confused or not mindful. So being mindful what you speak, then it will be correct. I think today we'll stop here because this requires a lot of reflection, contemplation. Maybe it will take time.
Ponder over.
Yes, definitely. These are very hard hitting, and 17 chapter, 16 chapter, if you read yourself quietly, you will understand. Om Purnamada Purnamidam So that's why Nagaraj, I say 3 minutes to 4 minutes, complete your topic. The amount of speech, if you can complete in 4 minutes, it will be good. Yes. Yes.